Hello, my lovelies. This is going to be your June monthly reading. Check the timestamps in the comments for each individual sign. I go fire, water, air, and earth in that order, so Aries to Capricorn. All right, so we are going to pull some oracle cards. We're going to kind of see what the general theme is for the month of June, and then we're going to pull some tarot and see maybe what's happening for each of the zodiac signs. So we're going to start with the sign of Aries. All right, so Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs all apply. If you don't know what those are, check your birth chart. You can look it up for free online. Just need to know your time of birth, your birth date, and the place you were born in order for it to be accurate. All right, Aries, what do we need to see? What are your themes for June? Ooh, Sun in Leo, interesting. So you're headed towards a joyous time. I love that for you. So a time of celebration and success. I feel like there's this sense of like childlike wonder, right? Exploring things, maybe like trying new things, just having that like vibe of childlike mentality where they're just exploring everything. Everything's new, everything's fun, everything's exciting. It's, you know, a little kid when they're like 3 to 5 years old, when everything is why, how come, why are we doing that, what is that, who is that, you know, just that curious factor. I feel like that's something that you're going to be dealing with. I love that. All right, from the dragons, what does Aries need to know? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have from the dragons? We have two of them. You have Ocean and you have Love. So Ocean is the king of the dragons, and Ocean bows to only one, and that is the divine. So I feel like that's your mentality, right? You're not bowing to anyone. And then we have a monkey wrench because we have the love dragon. I feel like Spirit is trying to challenge you not to bow to another person, because that's not the right word, but to bend. Because I feel like Spirit wants to bless you with love and divine love. They want to bless you with the right love, the right person at the right time. But I feel like you have to put all your faith and all your trust in the divine for that to happen. And then when they kind of tap you on the shoulder or they whisper in your ear, that's them, you're going to have to take action, right? You're going to have to make a bold move. All right, let's see what we've got going on for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's happening for the month of June? Crazy that like we're already in summer. Wild. I don't know. I feel like this year is just flying by. You got love coming. I couldn't make this up if I tried. You're going to have to make a choice because Cupid's arrow has struck, right? You're going to be enamored with this person. You're going to be like kind of obsessed with this person. Every time I touch this specific card, I get like Gomez and Morticia Addams, right? From the Addams family, where Gomez, he would drink her fucking bathwater. Like, he does not care. He's just, I want to be inside her skin with her. He absolutely adores the ground that she walks on. And he does not care, like the rest of the world just fades away and disappears when he looks at her. And I feel like that's what's going to happen when you meet this person. Maybe not quite to that degree, but to the extent that you're going to just be completely enamored with this person, right? Like the sun rises and falls with that person's energy. Interesting. They might, however, be very focused on their career. Maybe you meet them through work or something like that. I feel like this person's really busy focused on their career, building an empire for themselves, or if they already have a family. But I feel like this person is somebody that's very grounded, somebody that's very intelligent, and somebody that is very practical, especially when it comes to business. I do feel like you're going to proposition this person with some sort of legal document. Be like a wedding license, things like that, marriage license, courts, contracts, legalities. I feel like you want to lock it down pretty quickly. You're willing to do the work. I feel like, again, work may be how you meet this person, but somebody's guard is extremely high, right? Lots of worry around love. Maybe you're worried about whether this person feels the same. So you've got to step into your divine energy. The masculine, the emperor, it doesn't matter what gender you are, but the divine masculine is the emperor in tarot. And he symbolizes bold strategic moves, right? He's a doer. He comes up with a calculated plan and he goes after exactly what it is that he wants. And luck is on your side. Interesting. So you might be manifesting a fresh start and a new beginning. You are going to get the victory, it looks like, but you're going to have to be strong, right? You've got to make that bold move to go towards what you want. I feel like you see this person, you see their heart, you see what they're really all about. You see loving, nurturing energy, and I feel like you want that for yourself, so you got to communicate. So I feel like the biggest factor I see here is that you're going to have to make a bold move. Maybe you have to actually let this person know how you feel about them. Maybe they have no idea. Maybe you're going to actually have to come up with a plan so that this person knows you're really interested in them long term. Because I feel like there's a lack of communication here. I feel like maybe you're worried that it's one-sided, but I think you're going to be surprised that it's really not. So communicate how you feel. Luck is on your side. And I do feel like you could be going towards love and commitment in the month of June. Interesting. Sagittarius. Let's see what's happening for you for the month of June. What's going on for Sag? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's happening for Sagittarius? Ooh, growth, and it's even in your sign. So you might be facing some sort of success after a setback. Remember, just like an arrow, right? And that's your sign as the archer, is that just like an arrow has to first be pulled back, then it launches forward in a new direction. So don't worry about the setbacks. Spirit's saying that the setback is truly setting you up for your success and your growth. I love that. Ooh, and we have the initiation. So you could be faced with some challenges, but I feel like it's all part of, what's funny is they're giving me like, what did they call it? Hazing week or something in like college, where the freshmen are coming in and, the upperclassmen, the seniors or whatever who are getting ready to exit are like, there's like hazing going on, bullying sometimes, but really it's supposed to be in fun. It's like you're kind of being welcomed in to this bigger pond. Spirit's giving me strange analogies. Hopefully that makes sense. So like, while you might be the low man on the totem pole in some way, shape, or form, you're going to grow, right? And so it's part of the initiation process. You can't be the CEO necessarily at your very first job. You don't have enough experience. So you've got to start maybe like in the mailroom or something, and you got to work your way up. So it's part of the initiation process. Interesting. But I do feel like you have some big changes that are coming in for you in the month of June. All right, Spirit, show us what we need to see. We got a stack that flipped over. Ace of Pentacles. So new job prospects could be coming in for you. Spirit's giving me the reference to a blessing in disguise. I feel like if there's something that's ending for you, let it end, because that's your blessing in disguise. Like, that has to end so the new opportunity can come in. For some of you, it could be in love as well, the King of Cups. The ideal father figure, nurturing, romantic, loyal, trustworthy, romantic, all those good things. The Magician, I do feel like you might be manifesting new love coming in, new jobs coming in, and it leads to some sort of wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. Okay, so we've got some really good energy going. King of Wands, Aries, Sag, and Leo energy. I feel like you're going to be kind of a doer, right? You kind of already are. I feel like there's somebody that's like matching your energy is what I'm picking up. Somebody that it's like they almost kind of fan the flames, right? Because fire and fire, that's a little bit of an inferno there. And the Seven of Wands tells us that we have to have some boundaries. I feel like you have multiple options, if I'm being quite honest. You have two kings out here. You have the Magician out here. I feel like you're not going to really know what you want in the beginning, so you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to leave something behind, whether that's a relationship or otherwise. Six of Swords tells us we're getting out of conflict and chaos, and we're finding our peace because we're saying no to the devil. We're saying no to the toxic energy. Anything that keeps us feeling stuck, trapped, or bound, that's what we're releasing. And in its place, we have a spark of creativity and following our passions. We're also overcoming heartbreak, pain, and grief, and we're working on healing. And then we have to make a choice, literally, I was just saying this. It's the lovers. You got to make a choice about who you want. All right. And that's going to take some strength and courage on your part. So I feel like it's really important that you go after what you want. Don't let any sort of success deter you from where you really want to be. Any setbacks deter you from your success. And I feel like it's part of the initiation process that you've got to go through all these things in order to get to where you really want to be. You are leaving some things behind. So whether that's a person or a job, I do feel like a situation that's kind of driving you batshit crazy, you're leaving that in the dust and you're going towards something better. You will have a decision to make between potentially two lovers. So you're going to have to decide which one is better for you. And you do need some boundaries, so don't let people walk all over you. You're about to see what you're made of this month, so prepare yourself. There's going to be some changes, and it's setting you up to your success. All right, Leos, let's see what's going on for you in the month of June. What's happening for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's going on for Leos? Okay. All right, we have the moon in Pisces. So this is all about following your dreams and a sense of wonder. This one's sticking out sideways as well. Sun in Gemini, communications. Hone your negotiation and relationship skills. Okay, so I feel like you are first going to have to figure out what do you want? Like, what are your dreams? Not like your dreams as in I had a nightmare, although sometimes our dreams kind of feel like they're a nightmare sometimes. But I feel more like you need to chase your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. For some of you, I feel like it could be, it's a weird way of putting it. They're saying being in the limelight, right? Leo likes attention. Leo likes to be center stage. Most fire signs tend to. So that might be something that maybe you're going to be on stage, or you're going to be, broadcast is the word that they're giving me, out into like the population. Spirit's been giving me the weirdest downloads lately. So I feel like there could be something to do with like being seen in a public way, maybe on social media, maybe on a news station. Maybe there's something that you do with broadcasting or communications in some way, shape, or form, but something about being seen in a very public way is what's coming out. So I feel like you need to negotiate like a good contract for yourself. You need to negotiate what it is that you want, right? So you can follow your dreams. Interesting. All right, Spirit, what do we have for Leo from the dragons? Ooh, revelation. You may have a revelation about your dreams, about what you want. I feel like there's some sort of like epiphany, bright idea, something that it's like it clicks together and it all starts to make sense. And Spirit wants you to know to ask your spirit team for help and assistance, because your companions are there waiting to assist you. Love that. Okay, so let's see. We're going to use this deck. What do we need to know for Leo for the month of June? What's happening for Leo? Too many. I don't know why I can't shuffle today, so I'm very sorry. It's going to take me a second. All right, well, that might be 12 cards, so let's see what we've got here. Hot mess. All right, Two of Cups, yeah. You could have to negotiate a contract, a prenup, things like that. I feel like you might be dreaming of love. Okay, and so that might be something that's coming to the forefront as well. What's funny is this card in particular, he looks like he's riding an alligator. That's the weirdest thing in the world to me. I feel like there's somebody that you've got your eye on, but I feel like this person can be a little bit cold or hard to deal with sometimes, like wrestling an alligator. So I feel like you almost have to, they're giving me like pick apart the armor to like get in there. That's a weird one. So I feel like there is somebody that you do have your eye on, or that, you know, you're attracted to. And I feel like this person's got a little bit of a rough exterior. So if you can get past the armor, the rough exterior, I feel like this could be a really good match for you. Wheel of Fortune. Good luck is on your side. So communicate effectively of what you need and what you want, especially where work is concerned. Slow and steady wins the race. You're going to have some sort of revelation about what you need, what you want. And I feel like stability is coming in your love life, companionship, right? I feel like there's divine intervention bringing in the right person for you. But there's some confusion. There could have been a falling out or an argument. I feel like you need to make a decision on what direction you want to go, especially where love and money are concerned, and really focus on the future and let go of the past. I feel like work's going to be a priority for you this month, as well as learning to let your guard down and trust again. And the Ten of Swords tells us that there's some sort of collateral damage that we need to really release. So your curiosity is going to be piqued. I feel like someone might be spying, could be you, could be them, but it does look like it leads to a commitment. So happiness is definitely there. I feel like you're going towards union with somebody. So you've got to follow your dreams. You've got to negotiate what you want. There's going to be some sort of breakthrough epiphany. Ask your spirit team for help and intervention. But I do feel like companionship is something that's going to be at the forefront, and the potential for a fresh start and a new beginning. I feel like you got to chip away at the ice around this person's heart, like the cold exterior, to get there. And we really got to focus on what's ahead of us, not what's behind us, because good luck is on your side. All right, water signs, Cancer. Let's see what we've got for you. What does Cancer need to see for the month of June? Eclipse in Gemini, negotiations. Rise to challenges as a new path opens. So you're going to be challenged with like a fork in the road. I feel like you're going to have some sort of decision about, should I stay or should I go? Do I go this way or that way? So you're going to have to figure out which one will suit you better before you decide. And I don't feel like it's going to be an incredibly hard decision. I feel like it's going to be something to where it's like it just makes sense to go in that aspect of your life. We have the dormant aspect dragon. So if you look at this, she's sleeping and he's starting to wake her up. So there's something within you that's like sleeping. It's not dead, right? It's sleeping. So we have to wake that up. And you have the thoughts dragon. So there's some sort of like creativity. There could be some sort of breakthrough as well happening. And it's almost like it's sleeping and it's time to wake it up. So I feel like you might have some creativity, bright ideas. Maybe there's something for like starting your own business, or something to create is what keeps coming to mind. So you're going to have to make a decision on which path you take to get there. All right, yeah. Could lead to a wish fulfillment, Aquarius energy with the star. It happens in divine timing, so patience is going to be required. Slow and steady wins the race here. I feel like where business is concerned, you could end up being quite successful, right? Like you might own your own business. You could have somebody that's helping you with these things and hiccups for confirmation, but I feel like it's going to require some change. So part of that might be like change in your thinking, but there could be some major changes coming when these aspects wake up. So you will have to make a decision, right? So overcoming the challenges, taking off the blindfold, seeing the truth for what it is, so you're able to actually make a choice and go forward. Some of it could be towards love. You might have the right person coming in at the right time. It might happen quickly. There could also be some sort of news around like new employment, things like that. And this curiosity factor, right? Someone could be spying. Could even be future, two options. Future love prospects could be spying on you, like social media, things like that, or could be potential future employers. So be cautious what you post online if you are on like social media in any way, shape, or form. Make sure there's nothing out there that like would keep you potentially from where you want to be in life, right? Ooh, Four of Swords in the reverse. You might be facing burnout, so take good care of yourself, self-love, self-care. Take a fucking nap if you need one. Sometimes I have to do that, and I'm not normally a person who takes naps, but sometimes it really does help. especially if you're in a really bad mood. Maybe you just need more sleep. All right, work is going to be a primary focus, I feel like. Putting in the work, putting in the effort, quality over quantity, and walk away from things that don't serve your highest good. Could be a relationship that's fizzled out, could be a job that's just draining you. Whatever it is, put in the work where you want to be successful and walk away from things that can't be salvaged. 888, there's some success coming to you. You have the 8 of coins, 8 of cups, 8 of wands all in a row. So I feel like 888 is showing you that success and abundance are coming to you. One more, Spirit. What do we need to see? 10 of wands. We got to let the baggage go, right? We got to let all of that stuff go, and that's going to take enormous strength. You're strong enough, so put forth the effort where it's required. You're going to be challenged this month to go in a new direction, so decide what works best for you. Some dormant aspects are waking up, some breakthroughs, some creative thinking, love potential, success potential, but it initiates some major changes, so prepare yourself to go in a new direction. Pisces, my home team, what's happening for you in the month of June? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we got? Love. Oh, man. Pisces, I feel like, the North Node is currently in Pisces. And so I feel like people are just going to be kind of drawn to you when it comes to love. There's just something about you. You got the extra sprinkle. So it says, bring peace to your life and your relationships will flourish, right? Pisces, sometimes we're a little bit... chaos mixed with gasoline. That's the best way I can describe it, right? Some Pisces, I feel like the outward side is people see, oh, they're so sweet, they're so loving, they're so nurturing, and we are. But we also have the opposite, polar opposite of that, where we have like this darkness and this chaos. And so hopefully we can find the happy medium, but sometimes the chaos is what's winning. So you do have some adventure coming in. It could be in love, but Spirit wants you to stride out into new territory. Be willing to try new things. Maybe it has to do with love. Maybe it's something totally different, but there's some sort of adventure that's coming in for you in June. Love that. All right, what do we need to see from the dragons? What's happening for Pisces for June? Oh, didn't come out all the way. Pisces for June, what's going on? What does Pisces need to see from the dragons? Ooh, the mirror dragon. Okay, I feel like this is always about shadow work, but it's also about facing your fears, right? And learning to love the reflection in the mirror staring back at you, or loathe it, because it's always a choice. So have you been doing the work on yourself to love who you are becoming? If not, you've got some work to do, and that might be the adventure that Spirit's going to take you on. If you've been doing the work, if you're starting to really love who you are, faults and all, congratulations, you're making it into some forward progress. What else? The companions. So your spirit team could be really active right now. If you're feeling kind of like alone in any aspect, I feel like Spirit's also telling you that you have companions that stand close. I feel like you also need to like get out there and socialize a little bit. Maybe you've been in hermit mode doing shadow work, and so this might be the time where you get to kind of like emerge transformed. Interesting. All right, Spirit, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do they need to know for the month of June, please? What is going on for Pisces in June? Thank you. Interesting. All right. So you're going to need some boundaries when it comes to love, okay? Very important. You don't want to be the world's doormat, and I feel like sometimes people see Pisces as like pushovers. And yeah, they can be, but at the same time, if they're doing the work on themselves, they realize that they deserve better than that. So no one's going to push their buttons. Page of Pentacles, start planning or setting some goals for your future. I feel like you're going to be traveling. I feel like you're going to be taking a trip to like some distant place. Maybe it's a couple hour drive out of your normal wherever you live. Maybe it's going to be further than that, like potentially out of the country. I do feel like it is something that you need to start planning and setting some goals for now to achieve this in the future. Trust your instincts and intuition, Pisces. You're one of the most intuitive signs of the zodiac. Pisces energy with the High Priestess. It's about like uncovering hidden wisdom and knowledge. And I feel like your spirit team is going to really activate certain aspects of your life. You might be receiving a lot of information or intuitive downloads and hits. You got to shift your perspective someplace, right? I feel like you really need to communicate with your spirit team. Maybe you also really want companionship. I get this like really lonely feeling in this energy right now. And so maybe you are feeling really lonely. Maybe you're desiring some sort of companionship. And I feel like your ships are coming in, 3 of Wands. Your guard, you need to have like walls potentially to protect yourself, but you also need to realize that the right people will kind of knock those down and come in anyway. They're showing me like ocean waves, and I feel like there's this ebb and flow of your energy. So some days I feel like you're really high vibrational, and others I feel like you're really low. So we're looking for balance at this point in the 8 of Cups. Walk away from what's not serving you. I feel like you are leaving. Spirit's telling me you're leaving town. So you are going to be traveling, I feel like. But you could also be leaving a relationship. 8 of Cups. It's all about like collateral damage and walking away. 7 of Swords, right? Lies, deception. Your intuition's going to wrap people up before you ever even get any physical proof, right? You can't lie to a spiritual person because we're going to dream it, see it, smell it, hear it, like we just fucking know. So you can't deceive a Pisces. You really can't. You could try, but Spirit's gonna rat you out, so probably ill-advised. What else? The Devil. Yep. You're overcoming challenges that are holding you back if you can shift your perspective. And I feel like that's what Spirit's trying to show you. Things that are holding you back, things that keep you feeling stuck, trapped, or bound. Toxic cycles, toxic relationships, we're breaking those. And 2 of Wands. You got to decide what you want, though. Which direction do you want to go? And 2 of Pentacles. 2-2 back to back. So balance is needed. That's exactly what I was saying. And I feel like by leaving these certain situations, people or whatever behind, you're going to find that balance. And the King of Cups. You also might be finding love that's actually like really good for you. And the 8 of Pentacles. So someone willing to do the work. Pisces, I feel like you have a lot of beautiful blessings that are coming in, and there's lots of changes that are coming in. Give us one more for Pisces, please, Spirit. One more. Yep, Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like you're getting ready to build your legacy, but I feel like you need to be cautious of who you let into your energy. No more repetitive cycles, right? We want balance. We want positive change. We want love. We want abundance, all those things. So by doing the inner work, Spirit's about to bless you externally. You're going to break off some cycles, trust your instincts and intuition, because I think you have a new partnership that's trying to come in for you, and it could happen as soon as June. Scorpios. Every time I get to Scorpio, I hear, I think it's Bon Jovi, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Oh, Spirit's got jokes. All right, so Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have going on for the month of June? Scorpio, what's happening for you? June would be the halfway point in the year too, wouldn't it? Yep, sure would. All right. So we have Sagittarius energy here. Scorpio, you're about to go forward. So there's some growth coming in. You are going to be faced with some sort of setback along the way. Realize that it's setting you up for where you want to be for your success. So no matter what's happening, realize that it's part of your growth. Sometimes we have to have some setbacks before we get to the success, right? You hear about all these entrepreneurs that it's like they tried so many different things, like maybe they tried a billion different prototypes before they finally found the thing that actually worked, right? That took off. It's okay. You got to have some trial and error in order to get you where you're really meant to be. And when the timing is right and when everything aligns, things work out. So don't be discouraged. What do we have from the dragons for Scorpio? What does Scorpio need to see? Thank you. Wisdom. That's the lesson. That's the growth. Okay. So the setback is setting you up for growth, but you have to align with the wisdom, right? You have to learn the lesson in the setback in order to grow. Love that. All right, Scorpio, what do we need to see for you? What does Scorpio need to see for June? Yep, you're about to get the breakthrough. Truth, clarity, breakthrough, wisdom, creative thinking. I love that. So this is going to be like a big aha moment for you. Could even feel like a major epiphany where it's like, that's it. That's the fucking answer I've been looking for. Love that. So you're gonna have some sort of like light bulb moment in the month of June. I feel like really creative, some sort of like positive change, like the spark of creativity. Are your walls too high? Are you worried about a lot of things right now? I feel like Spirit's trying to help you calm your mind too. So maybe you're having like overthinking, anxiety, stuff like that. Spirit's trying to help you. Trust your instincts, trust your intuition, unlock the hidden wisdom. Do you see how she's holding a book there? She's unlocking the secrets. She's learning. Okay, so higher learning, study, hidden wisdom. Whoa, all those things are going to be coming out for you. So put in the work. Quality over quantity, that's going to be super important for you as well. We have 2 stacks that separately fell out. Okay, so we're going to read all of these. We have the Devil. The stack came out in the reverse. That's how I'm going to read it. You are overcoming these. I love this. Okay, it's going to make sense when I show you. This whole stack I picked up, it's all upside down except one. Okay, and this whole stack is all right side up. I love this. Okay. So Scorpio, you're overcoming toxic cycles, relationships, codependency, addiction. You are setting yourself free from survival mode. Where things have been stuck and stagnant, it's because your walls are too high. This is the lesson that you're trying to learn. You've had business decisions that didn't go anywhere. You've had lack in your finances because you're not trusting your instincts and intuition. So a cycle is not closed yet. You have to learn the lesson. You have to put in the work. That's the only way Spirit's going to improve things. So you've got to sever ties, backstabbing, betrayal, a cycle of hitting rock bottom. Spirit is trying to show you the only way you can go from hitting rock bottom is what? Up. Okay, so your success comes after your setback. You had to hit rock bottom in order to go forward. You've got to nurture the things you want to grow. You cannot sit in a place of lack. You have to nurture the things you want to grow, right? Your first card is growth. What do plants need? They need sunlight, soil, and water, right? In order to grow. They need an environment they can grow in. So do you. 3 of Swords, you're overcoming the pain, grief, heartbreak, backstabbing, and betrayal, and you are learning to shift your perspective. That leads to what? Abundance, happiness, a fresh start. Love, marriage, all of those things. It leads to abundance in some sort of new opportunity. It also means that you have to sever ties and you have to let go of things that need to leave. Death, rebirth, transformation, your energy. So decide which direction you want to go. You're going to have to pick a path. Only one of them is going to be what you want. You're in a period of recovery. So you're recovering from injury, illness, surgery, or financial lack. You are going towards abundance. We have the 5 of coins, we have the 10 of coins, we have the Ace of coins, and we have the Sun. So we know things are improving. Your divine counterpart could also be coming into your life, right? If you unlock that wisdom and you listen to where you need to be and you are due some sort of victory. I love this. So you get a victory, you get a new beginning, potential for love, potential for fame and fortune, but we have to close the old cycles first. So remember, if you're hitting rock bottom in the month of June or even before, that is setting you up for your success. So the setback has to happen before the success comes. No, it's all part of the plan. You're unlocking the wisdom. Geminis, you guys will also have your Gemini season reading up the day that it starts. I believe it's May 20th. So you'll have that one up, and then you're going to have your June monthly as part of this message. So you have 2. That usually is what I do for each zodiac sign. All right, so Sun in Taurus, practicalities, boost self-worth and finances. I feel like if you're practicing self-love, self-care, all those things, energetically, you're shifting your vibration. So you're going to be like a magnet to attract positive things, right? Whether that's money, whether that's maybe a new employer, new love, things like that. Nose itching really bad for confirmation. So be practical going forward. And I feel like that's going to help you to boost what it is you're looking for. The prayer dragon, you might need to pray about certain things. You know, if you pray, if you don't pray, I feel like it couldn't hurt, right? The prayer dragon tells us that you always have divine assistance, guidance, and help, but you have to ask for it, right? Because we're here with free will. So what do you need to pray about? What do you need to put out there, manifest, pray, whatever you do? And what is it that you're putting out there to help kind of guide you or bring you into alignment to where you can create the balance. Because I feel like financially, you could use a little bit of help. I feel like financially things might have been a struggle up till now. So let's see what else we've got going on for the month of June. What's happening for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? King of Pentacles. You couldn't make this up if I fucking tried. By being practical, knowing that slow and steady wins the race, you're going to be blessed. By asking for help, by praying for what you need, by manifesting. Start planning or setting some goals for your future, okay? And nurture the things you want to grow. Be protective over the things you're trying to build, because things are about to change very quickly. The Chariot tells us that we're going to make some forward progress where things have been really stuck and stagnant, and it's going to happen quickly. Travel, movement, relocation, or even purchasing a vehicle. The Magician. Prayer, manifestation, it's all the same energy, right? You're putting it out into the ethers and you're asking the universe for help. You're asking God for help. So you're able to create the life that you want if you're in balance. And I feel like when you're in balance, things start to come to you a lot quicker. Was that the Five of Swords? I feel like there could be some conflict, internal, external, lots of confusion, maybe confusion about what your next move is. Maybe you're unsure of how to actually achieve your goals. Write it down. Write down a list of everything you want to do, everything that you really need. Start with your needs and then apply your wants. You've got to write it in your own handwriting because it's super powerful, but it's also an indication of how you write it down. When you manifest, write as if it's already yours. So like, thank God or thank the universe for all of the blessings. Maybe you're thanking them for your brand new house, a brand new car, a great job that pays you so much more than you've ever been paid. Write it as if it's already yours and thank the universe. Practice gratitude. They will show you the abundance. I promise you it actually works. And karmic justice is coming in. Could be dealing with courts, contracts, legalities, things like that, but justice being served in your favor, restoring the balance. Six of Pentacles, more money coming in than you realize. You're going to be able to share the wealth with others. Love that. So it's coming in quickly. I feel like you've lost hope. Don't, because it's going to surprise you. The Fool. Spirit's asking you to take a step in a new direction towards what you manifested. Ace of Wands, get creative. I feel like there's a spark of creativity and there could be a reason to celebrate. I feel like it's a new job or winning a court case. And the Two of Cups, love is also coming in. Could be getting married. I think that came out in your monthly reading as well. Two of Cups is union, right? So marriage, commitment, soulmate type love. You have money coming in, you have love coming in. I feel like this is going to be something that happens quickly for you, and maybe it takes you by surprise, but I feel like you're about to get some answered prayers. Libra, let's see what we've got going on for you guys. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we need to see for Libra for June? What's happening for Libra? There we go. Ooh, you're going to be focused on home and love in the month of June. So the Home card. You could be beautifying your home. Maybe you're going to be moving to a new home. I feel like creature comforts is what comes to mind. So putting the energy on home and love is your focus for the month of June. What else do we need to see for Libra? Thank you. You might be having to face your shadows. What's funny is these cards' colors are very similar. So I almost get the sense that there's some fear attached when it comes to love. So the question is why? Why is there fear attached to love? Do you feel like it's hard for you to let people in? Do you feel like there's some things that if somebody knew they wouldn't accept you? So we've got some shadow work to do because something's hidden under the surface. There could be something coming out when it comes to your home or your love life too. Ooh, all right. There could be some competition. We could have some arguments or some feuds going on. We have the King of Fire and we have the King of Air. So fire and air sign energy. Aries, Sag, Leo, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. One is like really passionate, driven, and outspoken. The other one can be kind of cold and aloof. Interesting. It's like I feel like there's this tension there between two male energies. And then we have somebody that wants to come in and make a love offer. okay? And we have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck there. Someone is due like a wish fulfillment, okay? Some sort of celebration. Somebody wants to put in the work, but there's some sort of shadow aspect or illusion that's going to be revealed. You may have manifested these changes, right? Heavy Aries energy coming through, the Magician and the Fool back to back. I feel like there's going to be some sort of communication about stepping out of your comfort zone, but it leads to your ultimate success. Good luck is on your side. You have something to celebrate. I feel like for some of you, it's love. I get the sense that you're beating out the competition. Like maybe there's someone that you love that, you know, maybe you're just not really committed yet. You're like just dating. And I feel like Spirit is trying to show you that that's your person, because we have the Lovers out here. Cupid's arrow has struck, right? So maybe you're thinking about solidifying things. I want to get a clarifier here. What is the outcome for Libra with the Lovers? Ooh, 8 of Pentacles. You got to put in the work, right? Where do you need to put in the work? Is it in love or is it something else? Is it love? Let's see. Is it love? 8 of Swords. 8. Okay. We have the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So somebody needs to put in the work to get to the abundance, right? The Wheel of Fortune, the good luck being on your side. I feel like there needs to be communication, there needs to be effort, and there needs to be this like letting go of the things that make you feel stuck or trapped. Is it love? Is love what makes you feel like you're stuck or trapped? 5 of Swords, lots of confusion. Are you confused about this person? Are you unsure if they're really your person? Yep. Judgment. All right. So the divine is about to intervene and to give you clarity in the month of June to show you whether this person is really your person or not. You're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to put in the effort if they are really your person. And I feel like Spirit wants you to solidify things, right? So you can really build a home. So it's not just a house, it's a home. So you can focus on building things with the right person. I feel like you really do need to communicate what you want, but I feel like you have good luck on your side. I feel like there's divine intervention here. So let go of the heartbreak and pain, let go of the past. I feel like this person might have options, so you could miss out if you don't make a move. And the King of Swords, it's up to you. I feel like you're the one who needs to communicate. You're the one who really needs to go after what it is that you want. And if you are choosing not to, you may miss out on an opportunity. Ace of Wands. I feel like you got an ace up your sleeve. You got to be creative. I feel like you really do have to be creative to go after this person. And 4 of Wands. You want the same thing that they do. You want to solidify things. So the stability that you want is there. The potential is there if you're willing to do the work. 4 of Wands, a lot of people read as halfway to marriage. I read it as like solid, stable foundation. You could be seeing the number 1111 as confirmation that that's your person, that you're on the right path, that there's new beginnings, and it's a stable foundation. So you're building a stable home, you're building a stable foundation, but we've got to overcome the shadows and the fears in order to solidify things. Know that good luck's on your side. It's something that you've manifested. If it's your person, it's going to come into alignment. Judgment being out here tells us that it's going in our favor, but it's also time is up. You've got to make a move to solidify things. Aquarius, my aqua sauce, what's happening for you guys for the month of June? What is going on? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's happening for Aquarius? What do we need to see? Eclipse in Pisces, free will. It's time to serve your higher purpose. Where are you being called to align with your calling, your higher purpose? You always have free will, right? So we enter into a soul contract when we incarnate, and we have certain things along our timeline that we're here to do, right? It's part of our purpose, but you have free will. So just because you're here with a purpose doesn't mean you will fulfill it. You have to choose that, right? And you always have the option. Spirit's trying to call you to align with your serving your higher purpose or your calling. All right, Spirit, what do the dragons have for Aquarius? What does my aqua sauce need to know? The water chalice. You have 2 water element cards. You are the water bearer after all. I feel like you are You're going to be involved somehow with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. The water chalice is all about baptism, rebirth, washing the slate clean. So I feel like you're going through a renewal process. I feel like you're going through almost like an energetic or spiritual bath, a cleansing from head to toe of everything that you need to release so that you can have a fresh start like that. Okay, what do we need to see for Aquarius? What's happening for the month of June? Ooh, yeah, fresh start so you can get to your stability and a new beginning. Some engagements could be coming up. Marriage, commitment, 1111 on your path will show you you're in alignment, you're on the right path. Someone's watching you. Could be you that's watching them. Lots of spying energy. Very curious. I think curious about the future, and some sort of wisdom is coming in. Trust your instincts, trust your intuition, some sort of higher learning or study, and letting go of heartbreak, pain, grief, loss, or mourning, right? We're working on healing. Judgment, interesting. I feel like there's some sort of divine intervention that's going to align you with your person. Could be in the month of June. Judgment tells us that time's up, right? It's a symbolic card for like Armageddon, the end of times or end of days. I feel like this is also telling us that we're going to resurrect something. If you look at this, like the angel is blowing the trumpets and people are rising out of the graves. So I feel like there's this rebirth or this resurrection of something that maybe you thought was dormant or dead and long forgotten. You need to step into your most authentic version of yourself, kind of step up into the spotlight, because a lot of eyes are going to be on you. There's lots of curious energy surrounding you at this time. People are really watching you in some way, shape, or form. Your energy is magnetic to new opportunities. I feel like you could be very sexy, very alluring. Maybe you've gone through some sort of transformation or glow up. I do feel like you have a wish fulfillment that's also coming in, something that leaves you feeling really excited, and doing the shadow work is what's going to help you to transform out of heartbreak and pain into positive changes. So it's always a choice, right? You have a choice to make about serving your higher purpose, but I do feel like it potentially throws you into the spotlight. You've got to shift your perspective. You got to see things differently to make things change. And once you do, I feel like news comes in very quickly of some sort of wish fulfillment, but it does require the change. Are you ready for it? If not, I feel like judgment is going to kind of catapult you into this tower moment to set you up for your calling. So don't fear it. I feel like you need to embrace the change, go with the flow, and transform, right? It doesn't always have to be yucky. It can be beautiful. Think about a butterfly, right? It goes in as a caterpillar. It goes through its metamorphosis where it borders on death. All of its insides liquefy, and it emerges transformed, a beautiful butterfly. So you're going through your transformation. Make it a good one. Make it beautiful. It leads to your calling. It leads to love. And it leads to your purpose for being here. Earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Virgo, you're up first. Let's see what we've got going on for you. What is happening for Virgo in the month of June? Sun, rising, and Venus. What does Virgo need to know? What is their focus? Free will. How funny. So you are here to serve a higher purpose. I feel like you are going to be called to do that starting in the month of June. But you always have a choice. You always have free will. So you get to choose whether you step into those shoes or not. Those shoes were meant for you. All right. It leads to bliss. It leads to happiness. It leads to satisfaction. So I feel like if you choose to step into your higher calling, your purpose, your reason for being here, you're going to find everything you've been looking for. All right, Spirit, what do we need to see for Virgo? What's happening with Virgo? Ooh, the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. So something is holding you back from stepping into that alignment with your higher purpose or your calling. The question is what? Is it you that's keeping you stuck? Do you need to shift your perspective somewhere? Do you have a lot of options that are making you happy? You might be in love. You might all of a sudden have a lot of options. One of them leads to bliss, happiness, satisfaction. The rest of them will not. And the Ace of Pentacles. So you might have new job prospects, some sort of abundance coming in. You know, if you're stepping into your purpose, Spirit will reward that financially, right? They reward that hard work. Page of Cups. Someone has a crush on you or vice versa. You can have a crush on them. The Tower moment. Some big changes are coming in. Embrace the change. Go with the flow. Shift your perspective. It's going to help put you in alignment. And somebody might be really watching you. There could be a lot of attention on you. You're going to have to choose which option works best for you. Shifting your perspective. Are we seeing a theme here? You need to shift your perspective to get where you really want to be. That's important. The Empress. The divine counterpart. The Empress is the softer side, the feminine energy. Nurture what you want to grow. Pregnancy announcements. Doesn't have to be yours. It could be someone near you. Creation, creativity, all those things. Page of Wands. I do feel like there is this need to kind of be a free spirit, right? You have free will, but I feel like there's this need to try new things. So maybe part of your purpose is trying new things. You got to pick a path, pick a direction. Two of Wands. Which way do you want to go? Towards love, towards happiness, towards your bliss. King of Pentacles. Major improvements in your finances, I feel like, but slow and steady wins the race. Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, definitely more money coming in for you. And Death. We're letting go of what no longer serves us to get to the good stuff, right? Death, rebirth, transformation. You're liberating yourself from anything that's holding you back. Once you shift your perspective, once you come into alignment, it's like doors and blessings open up. Love, money, letting go of the past, healing, and focusing on your purpose. Taurus, let's see what's happening for the Bull Gang. What's happening in the month of June? Taurus, Sun, and Rising, and Venus. What do we need to know for the sign of Taurus? All right. Ooh, harmony. I love that. So we do have some commitments potentially coming in. It says, enjoy life with music, love, and romance. You know, swans only mate with one other swan for life, right? Like total soulmate energy. So I feel like you are going towards a harmonious, engaging, romantic love life. I love that. Something that's happy, something that's balanced. And I feel like you haven't had that very much before. So I feel like that's something that's going to change. The number 7 could also be significant. That would be June, July. So we're reading for the month of June. All right. Creating a safe space or a sense of home could also be important. I feel like Spirit really wants you to focus on making like a balanced, happy place in life, if that makes sense. That's where it doesn't come out right. But like home, happy, comforting, loving, right? Like that's what you're wanting to build with this person. A healthy, happy home. I don't know why the words aren't coming out. Maybe you're a little nervous to talk to this person at first. All right, Spirit, what do we need to see for Taurus? What's going on? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yep. Love is in the air, but a harmonious, loving, emotionally fulfilling connection, a wish fulfillment, right? A place or a sense of home. And you've waited a very long time for this person or this situation to come in. An unexpected love offer, maybe from them to you, you to them, however that resonates. Ask yourself if it's worth it. If it is, invest. And if it's not, let it go. I do feel like you could be traveling, moving, relocating for work. Some blessings coming in. Nights bring news. So there's some sort of news coming in about finances. And I feel like you might be really burnt out and exhausted. So don't wait. Take good care of you. 6 of Coins. Maybe the current job isn't cutting the mustard, right? So we have to make some adjustments. There is an unexpected offer. It could lead to more money. New job prospects as well coming in. So moving to greener pastures. Love that. Let go of the confusion. I feel like there's some conflict. There's some chaos, internal, external, rivalry, competition, all those things. We want to go towards a peaceful, harmonious resolution. Communicate exactly what you want, exactly what you need. I feel like don't hold back. And they're playing a song in my head, but I'm only hearing a small piece of it, the chorus. I don't know what the name of the song is. What's your name? What's your sign? What's your birthday? What's your wrist tattoo Bible verse say? Don't hold anything back. It's a song. I'll have to look it up and I'll post it in the comments. But there's something to do with like getting to know somebody new, right? The star, love that. A wish fulfillment coming in. Aquarius energy. I feel like it always happens in divine timing. So communicate what you want, put it out there into the ethers, and that's when spirit will reward it when the time is right. Okay, because you're stepping into divine energy so that you're able to make a legitimate offer. I call the King of Cups the ideal father figure for a reason. He's nurturing, romantic, empathetic. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's not going to hold back how he feels. So we're going to get out of survival mode, okay? We're going to make steps to let go of things and go in a new direction. The Ten of Wands tells us that we've got to drop the heavy load. One more, please. Yep, 10-10. So we are dropping the heavy load to get to our abundance, right? We're building a legacy. We're building something we could be proud of. We're building our empire. We're building our home. We're building up our fortune, our finances. And I feel like we have to let go of what we don't want to get to what we do want. You could have literally everything you've ever dreamed of. I feel like you do have a major wish fulfillment coming in for you. And I feel like it all hinges on you communicating what you want and choosing to make things happy and positive over not. So let go of the baggage and go towards building your legacy and building your empire. All right, last but not least, our Capricorns. What do we have going on for you guys for the month of June? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Growth for you as well. A success after a setback brings some sort of growth. So I feel like, I want to say Sagittarius and one other sign had that card as well. So there's some positive changes coming in. I feel like you're going to have some sort of like loss, regret, or worry, right, going forward. But you have to realize that whatever you lost was not meant for you. So it's something that you've got to release in order to go forward, to grow. Sometimes a loss is in our life so that we can reflect and we can see that that was more of a lesson than something that was meant to be with us long term. You could be dealing with something like grief, and so that loss is a totally different type of loss where it makes an impact, showing us that something was valued and special to us, and we need to appreciate it in order to actually grow from that loss. It's going to help us grow and transform. I'll use myself as an example. When I lost my mom, it'll be 5 years in June. That was a profound loss for me, but it catapulted me into what I'm here to do. It helped me to fulfill my soul's calling, which is to provide information, to be a seer, to be a reader, to be somebody who like gives wisdom so other people can also grow and heal. I'm a light worker. I'm a service worker. And so this is something that I'm here to do, is to share wisdom and knowledge in order to help people grow in their own life, in their own journey. So whatever loss you are experiencing, know that it's also very impactful for your growth going forward. Wow. Okay. So Capricorn, what do we have going forward? I swear there's a flipper in here. Yes, there is. Where is it? Maybe right there. Ooh, Four of Swords. So burnout. Burnout is a very real thing. Four of Swords is about needing rest, okay? You've been through a lot of battles. The Three of Swords is all about grief, loss, mourning, heartbreak, pain. And so we need time to rest, to grieve, to kind of get back to who we are. So take that time out, right? It's okay to take a little bit of time for yourself without guilt, without worry, right? And sometimes it's needed so that we don't reach burnout. What does Capricorn need to see for the month of June? Two of Pentacles. So this rest is going to help you to find balance after this significant loss. And the Knight of Cups. So you do have a new love offer that's coming in, leading to some sort of success. Good luck being on your side. Wheel of Fortune, unexpected money, blessings coming in for you. Hidden treasures. I feel like there's hidden treasures that are coming in for you. King of Swords. You're going to have to be scrupulous is the word that's coming to mind. The King of Swords is a little cold, a little aloof. He's kind of guarded. He's kind of jaded. He can be kind of an asshole. He's usually, like, I refer to him as Mr. Grumpy. He's soft on the inside, but he's got this cold, rough exterior on the outside, right? He's very skeptical of everything and everyone. So I feel like if you're in that energy, it's going to be harder for people to get through that not impossible, but harder. So you've got to learn to lower your guard a little bit sometimes, right? Do you choose love or do you choose to be alone? Because it's always a choice. But I feel like you're stuck on the past. So we've got to let go of the past, because Judgment's trying to rectify the situation and bring in some sort of balance, bring in some sort of good luck, good fortune, more money, blessings. So time is up. Spirit wants you to choose. Are you going to stay in the pits, or are you going to rise above and bloom anyway? You got to put in the work where it's required this month. So work, home life, rest, balance. Okay, you need balance there. So cut off things that are overextending yourself and rest where you need to. You're going to find the balance. You need to make a choice about love or to choose to be alone, but it's always a choice. You are going to be blessed financially. Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, and the Six of Pentacles definitely tells us that blessings are coming. So raise, promotion, unexpected money coming to you, but enough to be able to share the wealth with others. The Emperor, you're bossing up, you're stepping into your divine energy. I feel like you need to really love on yourself this month if you don't have a partner, but you really need to pour into your own cup right now. You also need to be calculated, right? What do you want to do after this setback to be able to gain your success? You need your success. You need a calculated, bold move to step out of the darkness, really. And Five of Pentacles, right? So we're coming out of this dark time. We're healing. We're overcoming obstacles and challenges. We're shifting our perspective. We're recovering financially. We're recovering emotionally. But we're going to cut off the things that don't serve our highest good to get there. Two of Swords. You've got to make a decision, okay? Some shadow work might be needed. I feel like you almost need to like dig deep of what's really holding you back and what do you really want. And that opens up a world of opportunities. So we're closing out old cycles. We're triumphing over difficulties, travel, movement, relocation, and the world tells us that we will soon have the world at the palm of our hands. So we have to make a decision on what to keep, what to let go of, what to do to keep going forward, but we got to balance things out so we're not overwhelmed. So Judgment is going to help you to see things more clearly, and once you're in alignment, doors start to open for you. Some of it could be, you know, getting keys to the new kingdom. You might be moving, getting a new house. You do have more money coming in. It could be coming through courts, contracts, legalities, something being settled through the courts where you get like a payout. Maybe you're owed something. But I feel like love is also a possibility. So you have to make a decision. Do you want love? Do you want to go solo? Because it's always an option. Do the internal work. I feel like that's what leads to the breakthroughs and the blessings. Let go of the past. Let go of the things that are holding you back and weighing you down, and prioritize you, your spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional well-being. And it opens up a world of opportunities. Have a wonderful June, my lovelies. We'll see you soon.